Rogers Cup presented by National Bank, and we have a Grand Slam champ in the house. Svetlana Kuznetsova, congratulations on your win today. You've had some injury struggles in the last year, but how good did it feel to get that win today over a young player in Wang Xiyu?
Thank you. First of all, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Happy to be here. Yeah, it feels great because I feel like I'm playing my game. I feel like I move well. I feel like I'm willing to be here and to play. That's great. I have not had it for a while.
Sveta, when you've got a young player like her, she's only 18, and I'm going to guess you didn't know too much about her going into the match. How do you go ahead and prepare for a match like that?
I heard quite a lot, yeah, I mean, I was just focusing on myself. I was confident in my strength. I was just trying to do my job.
So I mentioned that wrist injury. You were out from September to March. How long does it take you when you're back on tour to find your best tennis? Because we know you can play some top-level tennis here on tour.
Well, first of all, you have to practice well, to recover well, and then just play matches. It's really easy. Nothing can beat the hard work.
But in that sense, do you feel like it takes you a few weeks, a few months? When do you feel like you can actually find your best tennis?
It's really hard because it's unpredictable with me. Like now, I feel like I'm in very good shape, and I feel like made it in a month. And then sometimes I've been training 2-3 months and still was not there. So it depends on my mood probably.
So I think a lot of fans will have seen on social media that you had some visa issues to get to Washington last week to defend your title. You weren't able to, but you're here with us in Canada. So obviously things have resolved themselves a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I was expecting to give my passport, make the long story short, I was expecting to give my passport in February in Moscow to get my visa, to get the passport back, and then get the Canadian visa. And been traveling with my second passport. But in the end, they just gave me at the same day, I got both passports back with Canadian and American visa a few days ago on Tuesday.
It's really interesting because all of you will have watched Sveta play at some point through the years because you've been around for a few. But
19 years.
19 years. But there's
crazy.
so many things that go on off the court, right? You're talking about visa and coaches and personal life and all that kind of stuff. That is the kind of stuff you have to manage off the court to play your best tennis on the court too, right?
It's really, really hard. And plus to me, because I know some players, they really focus, it's a job, and I try to catch kind of both lives and to be also normal human being. When I was young, I didn't care. I knew I had to focus. But by 34, I cannot expect myself just to think about tennis ball. And I have some different things to do, and I have interest in other things in the life, and to combine, to find a balance, it takes time sometimes.
You mentioned that you're 34 years young. You've been on tour since 2000. What are the goals that you have for yourself now? You're back from injury. You can play some top-level tennis. What do you still want to achieve?
I want to enjoy the game. I don't want to leave it without enjoying. I'll enjoy, I'll play, and I'll see.
Are you having fun out there? I mean, today was a good win,
Yes,
but is it enjoyable?
Yes, I enjoy right now, right here, being in Canada. Talking to you right now, it's
Thank
also
you.
very enjoyable.
What do you find most enjoyable out on the tennis court? When you're in the battle, what do you sort of tap into that you love the most?
When you win?
That's it, winning.
Yeah, winning, fighting, grinding. It's when your hard work pays off. I also like to work hard on practice court. I really enjoy it.
Okay, so let's talk about a little bit of the stuff away from working hard. Your dog Dolce continues to be the cutest thing on the internet. How's Dolce?
He's amazing. My mom came to pick him up with my nephew. They drive from St. Petersburg to Moscow like 4-5 hours to pick him up, and they went back. They all love them. I'm really calm being here. I know he's in good hands. They take care of him because Dolce doesn't stay on his own. He always has to be with a person, and he needs to sleep next to somebody. So
Really?
I guess he's sleeping next to my mom, or just moving my dad out of the way. And yeah, he's great.
Dolce's getting up there. How old is he now?
He's 7 years old.
7 years. Okay. And what else for you? I mean, Sveta's always got a lot of interests. You're interested in art and culture and music. What are the interests that you have off the court right now?
Well, I've been going to some classes to learn to speak better, to perform better in front of crowd. This
Okay,
like,
like public
more
speaking?
More in Russian language to pronounce everything better. I was thinking to work on my accent, Russian accent on English, but some of American friends told me don't do it. It's so nice your Russian accent. So I'm not sure. I'm trying to speak now better English, but before I didn't care. I was like, I'm Russian. I have Russian accent. So.
That's amazing. What inspired you to do those public speaking classes in Russia?
Because I enjoy it. I enjoy getting better and everything. I try to read more. I try to spend time more like with my friends on outside of the city. So I'm just changing because I usually loved like parties, not that often, but loud places now, so different. And I'm really freaking out of myself how much I've grown and I've changed.
Okay, I think I speak for everyone out there too. Keep your Russian accent at least in English because we really like it. Now, lastly, what I want to ask you about is being here in Toronto. You've been here plenty of times before. How do you explore a city when you're here for a tournament? How do you explore it and see it even though you're here for a tennis tournament?
Well, I didn't because I arrived last moment as I got my visa last moment, and then I was supposed to stay downtown, which is much nicer than uptown. But in the end, I didn't want to drive 1 hour, and I wanted more focus on the court. This is my priority right now, right here. This is why I travel away from home. So I'm just 10 minutes away from the courts, and I'm just walking around the hotel. This is my top thing, what I'm doing right now. But I've been on the court every morning at 8 o'clock, so I really enjoyed it, and I'm working to play to make a result.
Awesome. Well, we're so happy to have you back here. Best of luck. Svetlana Kuznetsova is moving on here in Toronto. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.